Hello everyone, Donna Gray here, your Stamping Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. Jumping on at 5:30 this afternoon. It's a different time to normal, I know that, but I wanted to get my crafty time with you. It's been a very, very busy, fun weekend here. I've had my 2-day craft retreat once again this weekend, so it's been super, super fun this weekend. And my ladies have all just left, and now I get to jump on and craft with you all. So please jump on, say hello, let me know that I'm live. I need to see, oh, Matthew, you're there, welcome. Hello, everyone. So I just needed to see that I was definitely on and I was definitely live, so that's awesome. So hopefully I can do that and I can still see all your comments. So welcome. So what I wanted to show you this afternoon, as I said, it's been a super, super busy afternoon. Hey, Glenda, how are you going? Super busy afternoon, but I wanted to fit in some crafting with you once again, like I always do, because I miss my Sunday mornings as usual. Hey, Jeanette. So I wanted to do a bit of a crafty session this afternoon. Now, I've got a really, really super awesome fun project, and I've spent all weekend this weekend teaching the ladies how to make this, all weekend last weekend teaching some of my team members how to make this project, and it's a really, really super fun project, so I'm really excited to be bringing it to you this afternoon. So just as everyone is jumping on, I will just introduce myself. My name is Donna Gray. I'm a number 2 Stamping Up demonstrator in Australia and number 36 in the world, just to say. But it's super, super awesome to be crafting with you this afternoon. I live in the Northern New South Wales area, Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, and I sell all things to do with crafting. So any of the products that I'm using here today, you can purchase through my online store. You will see that in the show more link down below. If this is the first time that you have watched, please feel free to share the video back onto your social media sites, so back onto your Facebook profile. You never know who out of your friends might be wanting to catch some crafting, but feel free to share it back to your social media sites so we can get more people to join us for a fun crafty session. So hello, Judy, Trish, and Kat. Hello, welcome. Super awesome, fun project. Who can ask for more? I know, Kat. It's going to be super, super fun. I'll show you a bit of a sneak peek. We're going to be making this cute little hexagon box this afternoon. So super cute, but I'm going to do a little bit different color scheme and just a little bit different idea. Same shape box. This was not my idea. If you type in a search on YouTube saying hexagon box, you will find all different types of hexagon boxes. I actually did this as one of our retreat projects. So I just wanted to show you a little bit about the type of things that you would get when you purchase either my retreat in a box or my retreat in person. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Oh, you received your prize this week. Well done. I do apologize. All of the prizes, I was late. I was trying to get everything organized for my retreat. And if you know how big my retreats are and how much organization it is, the post office was one trip that I hadn't made for about 3 weeks. So I do apologize for anyone that was waiting on their prizes, but they were all sent out at the beginning of the week just gone. So, and if you actually have won a prize and you haven't received it, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know, because I do honor my prizes for anyone that has received prizes. So I'm so glad you got your prize, Jenny. So that's awesome. All right. So instead of this gas bag chatter, I'm sure you all want to get started. Hey, Meryl. Hey, Nina. Hey, Kay. How you going? Thanks for jumping on. So one of the things that I wanted to let you know is there's an awesome opportunity to actually buy your crafting products at a discount. So if you're thinking that you want to get your crafting products, if you absolutely love Stamping Up products and you're thinking about getting a discount on your products, you should think about joining, because it's a super, super fun way of getting a discount on your products. You don't have to do videos. You don't have to sell. You can wholly and solely just join just to get a discount. So you just purchase a starter kit for $169. You get to choose $235 worth of product of your choice, and you only pay $169, and then you enjoy a 20% discount. So it's super, super fun. Plus you get to be a part of my awesome Wild Heart Crafters team who are all over Australia. So we have some super fun, plus my team gets some awesome perks. One thing I want to talk to you about is that we have our global creative project tutorial bundle at the moment that's available. You will find the link in the show more box down below. If you're thinking about purchasing the tutorial bundle, you can purchase 6 months at a time for $110. You can get the whole 6 months. You get 1 month for free, so you only pay for 5 months. If you want to just purchase one off every now and then, if it's a suite that we're doing, you get 12 PDF tutorials, and you also get 12 matching videos. So it's a pretty awesome tutorial bundle. Plus we are all top demonstrators in the world. We have demonstrators from the US, the UK, Canada, Australia. It is a super, super awesome tutorial bundle. You will find that link in the show more box down below too, called the Global Creative Project Tutorial Bundle. So if you're interested in getting inspiration, Sand and Sea is the suite that we have used, and next month we will be using the Hey Chick bundles as well. And there's some super cute projects that are already coming in our designing process. So getting some inspiration from top demonstrators all over the world, you can't get much better than that. And I can tell you, they're mind-blowing. The projects that we come up with, honestly, are gorgeous projects, and they are exclusive to that tutorial bundle only. So the only way to get see the project is to purchase the tutorial bundle. All right, so let's get down and let's get to crafting, because I'm sure you've heard enough of me today. So this is the cute little box that we're going to be making, and you may look at it and go, oh, I can't make boxes, they're so hard. Honestly, it is such an easy box to make. So I want to show you step by step exactly how to make this gorgeous hexagon shaped box. So it's pretty easy, and you only need minimal supplies really. You need a sheet of thick Whisper cardstock, Whisper white, or thick basic white it's called now, a sheet of thick basic white, some layers, so some, depending on what color, layers with your designer series paper, so whatever matches your paper, and something to actually make a tag on it, and a little bit of ribbon and a little bit of twine. So it's really not a huge thing as far as your supplies are concerned, but it's a really quite a sensational box. I'm going to use a sentiment out of the Forever Fern set. Now, this is one of, I was actually just talking to the girls at retreat today. This would have to be one of my most favorite stamp sets of all time out of the annual catalog. It is a simply gorgeous stamp set, but I'm going to use To a Friend That Makes Me Smile, because I think making a gorgeous treat box like this would be fantastic to give to someone who is really special to you. I'm also going to use one of the dies out of here and maybe do a little butterfly on the tag. I'm going to be using a couple of different punches. I know this is the postage stamp punch, but I can't really recall. This is a tag punch, but I can't really remember what the name is, but they're the two punches that I will be using. And I'm using some of the gorgeous paper. So it is the True Love Designer Series paper. So it's this gorgeous black and white paper, and you get me every time when it comes to black and white. So we've got flowers on one side and we've got geometrical patterns on the other. There's some gorgeous patterns in this paper. So you can see it's a really, like, honestly, I bought packets of this paper. I absolutely love it. I bought loads of it because I think there'll be so much that we can do with this paper. All right, so I decided to go with my lovely black and white theme, because I always think a black and white project is absolutely stunning. So first of all, now if you want the measurements for this, you need to subscribe. Down in the show more box down below, you will see a subscription to my email list. Now, if you subscribe to my email list, after I do my live video every Sunday, I send out an email every Tuesday morning with all of the measurements and everything, all of the instructions of whatever I've done as my project in my YouTube live. I send out all the measurements. So if you want the measurements, then you need to subscribe to that email list. So hello and welcome. There's a few more that's jumped on. We've got Nina and Meryl and Kay and Susan and Lynn and Glenda and Sue and Audrey. Hello, welcome. All right. So I've done a little bit ahead of time so that it didn't take too long to do this video this afternoon, but I've got a couple of pieces here. So I've got this out of one sheet of A4 cardstock. So you can see there's enough room to get this out of one sheet of A4 cardstock. Now, this is two pieces that we're going to glue together. So with the first piece, we're going to score along the long side at 2 inches. At 4 inches. I've been doing this so many times that I know these measurements off by heart. And 6 inches. Okay, now this piece we're then going to rotate clockwise. So clockwise is this way. We're going to score at 2 inches. So this is along the short side now, 4 inches. And 5 1/4 inches. Okay. Then we're going to rotate back anti-clockwise again. And in these top sections, we're just going to score a score mark down to that very first score line. It's very hard to see. I will show you my template in a minute that will show you exactly what it looks like. So we're going to score down to that first score mark, and we're going to score at 1 inch, at 3 inches, and again at 5 inches. All right. So I'm just going to pop that aside. I'm now going to repeat the exact same steps on this piece of cardstock as well. So we're going to go 2 inches. This is along the long side again. 2 inches, 4 inches. Hey, Mary, how you going? 6 inches. We're going to rotate clockwise like so. We're going to go at 2 inches, at 4 inches, and at 5 1/4 inches. All right, and then we're going to rotate back anti-clockwise again, so back this way. We're going to do the 1 inch down to that first score line again. So 1 inch, we're going to do 3 inches, and we're going to do 5 inches. Okay. And now what we're going to do, we've got two pieces that are exactly the same. And we're now going to take a ruler and a score tool. And I'm going to actually turn that light off. You might see the score lines a little bit better. All right, so what I'm actually going to do, I've got one of my score tools, and this is from our Score Pal. Where these little lines are, I'm going to bring in this template so you can see. This template's had a little bit of wear and tear. So far we've got, along the long side, we've done our 2 inch, our 4 inch, and our 6 inch score lines. Then we've rotated clockwise. We've done 2 inch, 4 inch, and 5 1/4. Then we've rotated back. We've done our little 1 inch, 3 inch, and 5 inches. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put these score lines in here. So we're going to make the triangle part. And that's this little part here on the top. So it makes those little triangles on the top part of our box. So we're just going to go where that intersects with that, that line there. And I'm trying to find my line here. Wow, it goes to there. Okay, so we're going to score along that. And sorry, that's making a really horrible grating noise, and I'm trying to see my score line here again there. And we're going to score down there. So that's going to give us that little triangle top on the box. So we're going to score here. Oh, I'm trying not to get that horrible noise. It's like someone running their finger down a blackboard. Okay, and there. But these score lines are really, really important as well, because you need to make sure that you get these diagonal lines going exactly where they need to be, so that it gives you that really nice top on your box. So that way and that way. Okay, so we're going to do that on our second one. So you can see I've got those triangle pieces. I hope you can see that in there. All right, so we're going to do this one. The angle of this light today is really hard to see those score lines, but I'm getting there, that one. Okay, and that one. And this one here. Sorry, I've just got a message from my daughter and she's up at the Gold Coast playing hockey. So I need to double check and see what she's sending me to make sure she's okay. Oh, wow. The scoreline is not a favourable scoreline that they've had in their hockey game. She won't be really impressed about that. They absolutely got thrashed. But anyway. Not good. Okay, so we've got our score lines on all of those. Oh. Okay. Now, so we've got two pieces that are looking like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut up these lines here because that's actually going to create the flaps on the bottom part of our box. All right. So I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to cut up to that first score line to create those bottom flaps on the box. So we've got one there. We've got one there. That's a horrible pair of scissors. I'm going to grab another pair. Okay, now this little rectangle here, we're actually going to cut out. So that's this little rectangle just here on our template. It's really good to make a template like this when you're going to make these boxes. And I'm going to bevel that edge in. So angle that edge. So I've got a little bit of an edge on there. So you end up with these flaps at the bottom and you've got your narrow scored bit on that side there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing for this one as well. Because what you've got to realize is this is the two pieces are going to form the one box. So we've got that little rectangle again. We're going to cut that rectangle out and create an angle on that flap so that that's going to flap in really nicely. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I've got a few more on. Hey, Mary. How you going? Hey, Mari. Carolyn. Matthew. Your scorelines match a crack on my screen. So for me, it was noticeable. Well, really? Well, there you go, Matthew. Hello, Mary from Vancouver. Hello, welcome. Hey, Val, how you going? Fancy seeing you here. All right, so now I'm actually just going to burnish those score lines so that we can get our box to fold up. So we're going to burnish all of those. We're also going to burnish this one here because that's our little flap that we're going to attach our two pieces together. Now, this flap right along the top, because we've got another narrow piece along that top section of our triangles, it gets folded back the opposite way. Okay, so we're going to burnish that one. All right, so we're going to have a look like that. We're not going to worry about our triangles just at the moment. We need it to look like that, and we need to score those middle lines as well. And this is how our box is starting to form. You can see the shape is starting to form there now, okay? And then we're going to do the same thing to this one. So we're going to score all those lines. Some people struggle with boxes, and my suggestion to that is making sure that you get your score lines perfect, making sure that they all match up and you're scoring it exactly where it needs to be scored. And making sure that you burnish your folds as well. Like burnishing them with a bone folder, it makes a huge difference when it comes to your creation and getting it to sit really nice. It makes a huge difference. You can see as soon as you run that bone folder how awesome that crease then becomes and how sharp and clean it becomes. So it's a great thing to do. Now, once again, this one here is going to bend back the opposite way because that's the top lip of our box. All right, so we have that and that. Can you see that? So that's our template. All we've done is we've removed this one here, cut this at an angle, and we've cut up these flaps to make them the flaps on the bottom. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use, and excuse me, because I'm going to turn a bit of air on here. I'm roasting away in my room here. I'm just going to turn the air on a bit. Okay. So now what I'm actually going to do, I hope that's not too loud, I'm going to use probably just my Seal Plus, and I'm going to run my Seal Plus down along that edge. And I want it to be like right up pretty close to that edge as well. And then I'm just going to sit this one on top, matching up those folds and matching up your score lines. And it's just creating one continuous piece. Okay, so can you see that? And then it's going to fold and it's going to create our box. All right. So now it's easy to decorate this way rather than you can do it either way depending on what you want to actually do, but you can do it either way. I've actually cut my squares and my designer series paper all out. I'm actually going to glue them now and make it a lot easier than trying to do it when it's already erected and together. So I've got my little squares. Now I've cut my designer series paper just a little bit smaller than my black layer. So I'm just going to layer those up onto my squares like so. Now I'm going to alternate them. So I'm actually just going to, with this one, I'm going to turn it over the other way because we've got these awesome patterns on the other side. So I want to have 3 of the geometrical patterns and 3 of the flowers because I just think that will make the box even cuter. All right, so I'm just going to alternate with how I'm going to stick these on. So bear with me while I just do that. And I find that it's also best that if you get your pieces all cut up, ready to go, it just makes this part of the process so much easier than cutting and scoring all at the same time. I like to do all my cutting first and then do all my decorating, which makes it way, way easier. So I've got that one there is number 4. I'll do another flower one. And then I'll do another geometrical pattern one. But honestly, who isn't loving this paper? Isn't it just gorgeous? I just think it is stunning paper. It is just gorgeous. One last piece to go, and I need to do that one with the geometrical side up. Honestly, Val's telling me that she did a project for a lady with this black and white designer series paper, and Val sent me photos of it today. Val, it is absolutely stunning. That project that you did, absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I didn't realize your spelling mistake there, Val, because your comment got held in review and I just said show. I didn't realize you had a misspelt word there. How funny that is. All right, so now I'm actually going to pop these up with dimensionals onto here. So I'm going to turn them over and pop some dimensionals on the back. And I do find that when I did this, I popped these layers up and I just think they look so much better with some dimension. It just adds to the quality of the box, I think. All right, so I'm just going to line that up there, pop that one down, get my next one. So now I'm just going to alternate with the 2 patterns. Sue says she loves the paper. I know. Everyone, give me a thumbs up. If you love the paper, hit that thumbs up because honestly, I think it is stunning paper. The other thing is too, the more you give me the thumbs up, the more YouTube likes it. So they like to show videos that there's a bit of interaction. So make sure you hit that thumbs up and like the video. All right, so I'm going to pop that one on there. Who struggles with boxes? Type into the comments and let me know. Are boxes your friend? Do you like making boxes or do you struggle with boxes? Type into the comments and let me know how you feel about creating boxes. Is it something that you have tried to do in the past and not succeeded, so they scare you? Is it it's all good, Belle. Sometimes spell check is or autocorrect is not really that kind to us, is it? So I'm just alternating with the patterns. Glenda just gave me lots of thumbs up. Val said thumbs up. All right. Yes, hitting that like button on YouTube. YouTube likes that interaction. Fat finger syndrome, Matthew. I struggle with that. I struggle when I'm on my phone. Trying to do things on my phone, typing text messages. The kids can type messages in 5 seconds flat. Not me. It takes me like 10 minutes to type one little paragraph. And who struggles with when you type the same letter over and over again, but it's your fingers and you're hitting the wrong letter and you delete it and you go back and you hit the letter and you hit the wrong letter again. You love making boxes. You made 150 boxes for your daughter's wedding. Oh, 3 Lindt chocolate balls. What did you use for the boxes, Sue? Did you make the boxes from scratch or did you use some of our acetate boxes? You like to have a purpose for the box and usually make a template first because invariably stuff the first one. You wrecked the first one, Mary. Yeah, well, I mean, I did make a template for this one too. Like when I first did it, it's actually, oh, here it is. I did this first so I could see that I could do it. So that was my rough one. So I could see that I could do it. And then, yeah, I went from there. So I think we all tend to do that. Glenda says she loves making boxes. I've made this one, and if I can do it, anyone can, Glenda. It's true. Honestly, I think it's just that's what scrap paper is for. Exactly, Mary. Exactly. Using up those scrap pieces of paper. All right. So we've got it decorated. Look at that. Easy as. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one here now and I'm going to run some Seal Plus down that one as well. And then what I find with this, you should be able to fold that one over and it should just fold onto it like that. Making sure that your score lines are lining up, just like that. And there you have it all together like that. Now, this is the bottom of the box. Now, what I suggest to people is you go one by one with the flaps on the bottom of the box. You can sort of try and pick, and this is what I did with mine in the first place. I tried to pick 2 that would go over like that. So can you see that? I tried to pick 2 that would give me the even sides. And that's actually not too bad. But the problem is you want those 2, because you'll see on my blue one here, see how you want the 2 to, oh, it's a bit hard to see. They didn't line up real well because then I needed to move it for the box. But the way I did watch the video is they just kept flapping one down, putting one over, and making sure that you move swiftly enough that when you get it done, you just make sure that it looks like the right shape that you want it to be. But I do like the idea of just the 2 over. So I'm actually going to flap 2 like that, 2 like that, and then I'm going to flap the other 2 in the end. Anyway, I'm just going to do it now and show you what I mean. So I'm going to do that and that. I'm going to do that and that. And then I want to do these 2 and try and line them up pretty straight, that it gives me a good looking box. But it does, and I'm just going to do that and that. And I know that looks really rough and really strange, but we want to line this up, and then we want to tip it over, and we want to look in our box and just get it how we want it to sit. And the best thing is lining up those two straight bits and getting your two angles like that. So looking at it from the top, and then once you've got it where you think you want it to sit, hold your hand down in the middle of it. So the idea is making sure that you've got that top one and the bottom one fairly straight so that you're getting your good hexagon shape. All right. Okay. So that's the hard yakka done. Hang on. I want to squish it a little bit more. Okay. So that is actually the hard part done. Just like that. And then I'm going to hold it in there so that it looks really good. You just found the emojis, yay. The granny is catching up with technology, Val. You make me laugh. All right. Now, what we're actually going to do with these, we've actually bent, can you see how that actually pushes in? So we're just going to go around and we're going to make our little triangles, and we're just going to bend that a little bit. This one's going to, can you see your triangles bending a little bit? All right, so we're just going to keep going around and bending those in. Can you see how they just ease in? And then they start turning into those cute little triangles. So we're just going to ease them in like that, okay? And can you see? It's coming together. How quick is that? How easy is it? So easy. All right, so now what we're actually going to do is these pieces here, which is like our spine type of thing, so coming from our join and coming up here, we're actually going to take a hole punch. We're going to squeeze those two together, and we're actually just going to punch a hole with those squeezed together. And you can actually do it no problem whatsoever. So I'm just going to, hopefully I'm not going to make this look hard. I'm going to do it down where that fold line is and just punch a hole like that. So we're going to do that all around those folds. Now you've got one that's harder, which is this one here that I'm about to do. And that's because it's got the double bit of cardstock, but you can do it. Okay, that one there. That one there. So just on those spine pieces, we're doing that. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And two more to go. This one's a bit hard because it's got that double layer again. So you just got to squeeze hard and get it. That's when you need to use your muscles. If not, you can actually put the punch down one side and do it, and down the other side and do it. You actually don't physically have to go through the both of them. You can actually do it singly if you want. Okay, so we've got that. Now you're going to see me struggle with my twine, because you know me and twine. I always seem to struggle. Where did I put my twine? There it is. Okay. So now what I would do is I would pop whatever I was going to put in there, but because I'm actually going to tie it together with the twine, it's totally okay. But I'm going to thread my twine through those holes. So I'll pop it through those two, if I can. Told you, you're going to see me struggle. There. We're going to go all the way around. Going to pop them together and go through the two holes at once. Pop it together. I mean, honestly, the hole is not that little. Okay, there. What's Mary saying? Might be nice, full of mini Easter eggs. I think so too. It's a pretty cute box. And in all respect, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I've got Matthew on here too. In all respect, it's really not a hard box to make. The score lines, making sure that you're doing that clockwise and anti-clockwise thing. If you only read digital clocks, you might be in a bit of a problem with the anti-clockwise and clockwise, which I did have a comment last weekend, not mentioning any names. That person will know who I'm talking about. She's like, I only read digital clocks. It's probably what the young people of today will be saying anyway. All right, so once you've actually got it through there, then when you tie it and pull it, it all comes in together and it forms like a little bit of a star shape. You can actually, if you want, really crease those tiny little creases in there. So those cute little ones at the top of our triangles to make it sit a little bit nicer. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I've got that there. I'm just going to pull it tight and I'm going to tie it. So you would pop all whatever you wanted to put in there. I don't even have anything here to be able to pop in it. Now you're watching this? Look at this. How cute is this? And then now you're going to see me struggle trying to tie a bow, trying to keep it tight. If you wanted, you could actually tie it in a knot. I told you you're going to see me struggle. Hang on. I'm going to hold it. Right. Sometimes to tie it tighter than what you really need it to tie. And this is where the fat finger syndrome doesn't help very much. But there we go. I haven't got it quite as tight as what I normally would do it, but it's a bit hard with the video trying to do it. But there we go. So we've got our cute little box sitting there together. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pop that aside and I'm actually going to make a tag for the box. My bottom has like done something weird here. I'm going to make a tag for the box. You did see me struggle here for a bit. It was like not going quite as square as what it should be. So I'm going to just pop that in and hold it and hopefully it will take hold. Okay, now this is where I'm actually going to use, I've got a scrap piece of cardstock. I'm just going to hold that because I just moved that bottom bit. Okay, so I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White and I've also got a scrap piece of Basic Black. Now, this is where I'm going to take the stamp out of the Forever Fern and I'm going to use that to a friend that makes me smile. So I'm actually going to stamp that with black memento. Hey, Kathy, how are you going? Specsavers, I know. I can see the hole. It's just that the baker's twine is just so soft, trying to get it through the hole. All right, so we've got that, to a friend who makes me smile. Now, I've got the postage stamp punch, but it's actually a little bit bigger than what I really need it to be. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to punch it because I want it to be like that. All right. Now, because I'm going to punch this one out of the black, that rectangle, like that postage stamp, is too big for it because I want it to go sideways like that. All right. So what I need to do is I need to cut it down. I don't want to cut it down and have it straight. I really don't want it to do that. I want to be able to see a bit of the black. So I'm actually going to put it back into the punch. I'm not going to turn it around or anything. I'm going to put it back into the punch. I'm going to feed it through and I'm just going to punch that bit off. And I'm going to turn it around the other way and I'm going to feed it in and I'm going to punch it. Now, you may end up with, can you see these tiny little bits? You may end up with that. I'm just going to take the scissors and just snip off. I've just got a tiny little hair there and a tiny little hair there and maybe a little bit just up there. Okay. But can you see? look what I have. A cute little tag that's going to go on here now. So it's going to fit really nice. You can use our rectangles, our layering squares, because they actually work really well for this too. But that's what happens when you've got a punch and you're trying to get something to fit into a certain area. You can actually redesign the shape. So I'm going to pop that up onto dimensionals as well. Now, I felt like this is going to be cute on the box, but I felt like it needed something a little bit more. So I'm just going to pop that onto there. Okay, so like that. So we've got our cute little tag. Okay. So I wanted to use some of our beautiful glimmer ribbon. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to punch a little hole in here. And I'm going to use that baker's twine that I've got. Let me see that way. I'm going to use the baker's twine that we've got. Okay, so I've got a hole. Now from my bow, I'm just going to take the baker's twine. I'm going to thread it through. Once again, here we go, Specsavers again, Kathy. We're going to thread it through. You ready? It's because the end's frayed. You didn't see me do this. I didn't do anything. You didn't see me do anything then. There we go. Thread it through. Okay, so I'm going to thread it through there. And then I'm going to grab the other end of the bow. And I'm just going to tie a knot, a little tiny knot. Oh, I haven't got all the thread through. Didn't think I did. Okay, a little tiny knot, because my bow with my ribbon is going to cover up this knot. Now you're seeing the fat finger syndrome, or should I say the fake fingernail syndrome. I should have tied this tag on when I did the bow, but you know. I mean, I am brain fried from retreat. I've had 2 retreats, 2 weekends in a row. So my crafting brain is a little bit fried at the moment. But I'm still here crafting with you all. Okay, so we've got that tied in a knot. So I've got my cute little tag on there. You did what we were taught as kids with the frayed shoelaces. I know, Annette. Nothing like a little bit of saliva to bring the frayed edges together. All right, so I'm going to then tie a cute bow out of our beautiful organdy glitter ribbon, glittered organdy ribbon. Okay. So we're going to get a cute bow. And then I'm actually going to incorporate, I'm thinking, some of the butterfly brilliance. I thought I might cut a cute little butterfly out as well, just to drum it up a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to pop that cute little bow on because I think it's going to look really cute with a bow. So I'm just going to use some glue dots to pop that on. Couple of glue dots, and I'm just going to stick that onto just below where the knot is holding that tag on. Okay, so we've got a cute little bow there. And then I'm going to grab one of the cute butterflies in here. So I could do a super cute little tiny one. Who thinks just a little tiny black one just hanging off the side, or maybe over there? That would look cute. Or do we want to do a larger one? I don't know. Maybe it might be too big. I don't know. We'll cut both out and we'll see. What do you think? Cut both out and we'll see. All right. Where's that mini little cut and emboss? Let's bring that in. So I'm going to try both of those. So this is the Butterfly Brilliance that we have. That's it's an early release out of our new annual catalogue that will be going live to customers at the beginning of May. Goes live to us as demonstrators next month, just saying. So if you wanted to join, you get to see the brand new products. We've got, I think, 12 days until we get to see the brand new catalogue PDF online, and we get to order at the beginning of May. Sorry, the beginning of April, May. So we get to order next month. So honestly, if you want to get a discount on your crafting products and you want to be able to see the brand new products early, my suggestion would be to purchase that starter kit and enjoy a great discount. Okay, so let's leave those two dies there so I don't lose them. All right, I'll pop them back into my butterflies so I can see. Now let's have a vote. Which butterflies do we want to use? Do we want to use, do you think the large butterfly is going to be too much? It probably could fit up in the bow. Although we could probably put a large butterfly down there and then put the little tiny butterfly with a little bit of bling. What do you think? You've booked your spot for On Tour. It will be your first one ever, Sue. Well, I hope you enjoy it. And I might get to see you in a Zoom session. You never know, because I'm doing On Tour as well. Don't know. There's certain different dates too for different places. I have to remember. So do you think the large one? I know Linda's saying the small. Val's saying that she can't wait for the new catalogue. So I'm thinking the small on that little tag. Val's saying both. Mary's saying little one only. We'll put the little one on first. Let's do that. So I'm just going to get a glue dot and pop the little one on. And I'm just popping a glue dot in the middle of him so that his wings will flap up. And we'll put him just there. And of course, he needs a cute little rhinestone. Nina's saying you need both. Do I need both, everyone, or just one? Tell me, both or one? I'm going to pop a little diamante on that one. Small one with bling. I've got, what have I got? Both. Hey, Celia. Awesome to catch me live from California. Do you know what? Ooh. Both. Second one disappears against the DSP. I'd like to put the second one in the middle of the bow. I got a few. Okay, if I'm going to put both, where do I put the second one? Tell me, where do I put the second one? I wouldn't mind it. It needed to be pulled in tighter. Too much on there. I'm going to pop it up. I'm actually going to pop it up on a mini dimensional because I really want to use both. So I'm going to pop it up on a little dimensional, if I can get them out from under my book here. I'm going to pop it up on a little tiny dimensional. I'm going to cut a little bit of this dimensional here. I'm going to pop on the body of the butterfly here. I'm then going to pop it onto that designer series paper like so, with his wings up, and then put some rhinestones on the rows below the tag. There you go. I've done it. I'll put a couple of rhinestones on the body of that one because it's a bit bigger. There we have it. Look at that. Okay, what do you think? How super cute is this box? Do you think you may want to give it a try? So we've got a cute little, I think it's gorgeous. You could probably put a cute little rabbit on the box. You could quite easily put some beautiful Easter eggs. So we've got this one and we've got this one. So how cute are they? Super, super cute little boxes. All right, so there you have a super cute, quick idea. So who thinks that they maybe want to give that a try? Who thinks that they might actually decide to make one of those cute little boxes? Sorry. The little green one, we've done Bermuda Bay on this one and popped one of the little hearts and said, you melt my heart. So that's gorgeous. But honestly, they are so easy to make. So easy to make. So I would love to see if people want to give it a try. I would love to see it. And it's, whoopsie daisy, sorry. Every now and then I get rid of that video. It disappears. I hit the wrong button. So hopefully you enjoyed that crafting. I mean, as you can see, I've still got the aftermath of retreat here behind me. So it's been a super, super awesome weekend. I got to spend the weekend with 10 lovely ladies crafting. I've got one more craft retreat happening again next weekend. And my next retreats are going to be in June. And the exciting part about my craft retreats, I do them all the time whenever we've got a brand new catalogue. So in June, I'll be using things out of the brand new annual catalogue. So if you're thinking about, if you live in Australia and you're thinking about purchasing the 2-day retreat, I live in Northern Rivers, New South Wales, so I'm near the airport at Ballina. You could fly to Ballina and spend a lovely weekend getaway with me here in Northern New South Wales, or you could get a retreat in a box as well. So whatever I do in person, I actually do in a box as well. So if you're interested, please feel free to reach out to me. Check out my website because I will be popping details up on the website. So I've got 3 weekends available in June. The first weekend is booked out already. The third weekend is booked out already. So I've got the one weekend in the middle, which is the next weekend after the June long weekend. And that I have those spots still available. I think I've got about 9 spots available in that one. But they book out really, really quickly. But there's no limits on the retreats in a box. But for in-person events, they book out really quickly. So thank you very much. You loved watching the bingo yesterday, Kate. I know. It was super, super fun. Like, we had an awesome time. And they were really, like, it was quick games of bingo just to liven us up a little bit. There's been so much crafting that we needed to have just a little bit of a break away. But, yeah, we had some awesome fun. The girls only just left. Like, honestly, 5 o'clock, I think, was the last person that left. And I've jumped on here half an hour later. So thank you everyone for watching this week, and until next Sunday, I'll see you next Sunday. I may see you next Sunday. I'm not real sure, but I'll pop an event up if I do.